Hiya friends, welcome to Tall Hobbit Stitches. I'm Joelle and this is my crafting diary for mid-December 2025. So it's the 13th, it's a Saturday. Happy St. Lucy's Day if you celebrate that sort of thing. I'm filming today instead of yesterday because I was waiting for some yarn to come in and it came in last night. So that's great. I can tell you about that today, and I will post this on Sunday because I'm going to a holiday event this afternoon and I will not have time to edit. So, this is what I have been up to so far in the last couple of weeks. Thanks for coming along. So today is only, sorry, my nose is itching. Today is only going to be knitting update and plans. I haven't done any sewing that I talked about in the last couple of videos, but that is for later on this winter. To start with, we have our old friend Merri Molly, or Merri Molly. You decide how you want to pronounce that. I finished her clothes last time, but shortly after I posted the last video, I finished her little satchel. And it's very cute and it opens and you can put stuff in there. She doesn't have any treasures in there right now. But I think, oops, sorry, let me try to get the button closed. There you go. I think she looks like she is about to go out on a little day trip. Maybe she is shopping for some gifts or just going out for coffee with her friends. Two things, which I will be doing this afternoon, which is fun. I feel like she might need a head covering. I don't know. We shall see. But her bag is done, and so that means she's finally done. I haven't sewn her the bloomers that I talked about before because, like I said, I've been in a bit of a sewing rut. So she sits on the little shelf by my chair and keeps me company when I'm knitting, and I love her. So she's finally done, and I have no more parts of the pattern to make for her. Yay! And the other thing that I finished since last posting is the sweater. It's not blocked. I procrastinated blocking and then forgot that I hadn't blocked it. So you get an unblocked sweater reveal. And as I suspected, the sleeves they're definitely too long. But Jesse said he's going to wear it for a little while to see if he actually likes that he can pull the sleeves over his hands. Otherwise, I will just take out a chunk and then graft the sleeves back together. I've done that before. It is fairly straightforward, and I am not a person who minds grafting. I actually kind of like it. It's satisfying. So there you go. There's the back. Not much difference, except that the collar's a bit lower in the front. I've said before, this is an Elizabeth Zimmerman basic pattern recipe thing, except I didn't follow the percentages correctly, and so that's why the sleeves are way too long, because I was measuring on myself and I have longer arms, and then I kept going past the point where I was supposed to stop because I didn't trust my math, and that's a lesson. I should have actually trusted my math this time. But yes, so I'm glad it's done. And it will be blocked and ready for him to wear for Christmas if he wants to. It's going to be his Christmas present. It was supposed to be a birthday present, not this last birthday, but the one before that. And it's not a secret. He's seen me work on it, so it's fine. Okay, where do I want to put this? I'll throw this over here. I discovered some orange peels on the table that I left yesterday, so we're gonna ignore that. Why did I tell you? You can't see, probably. I don't know. Then the thing I'm working on right now, which I can't remember if I've talked about, I don't think I have. I checked the links in the last video and it wasn't there, so I don't think I've talked about it before. But first, I want to show you the project bag. This is a Katie Green bag. I bought this when it was, sorry, too many sentences are trying to come out at once, and therefore none of them can come out. This was from the Fairy Ring sock kit that I bought from the Katie Green Bean shop a couple years ago when that pattern was released. It's entirely too small for this project, but it was the project bag I had closest to hand. This is obviously, by its bright horrible color. And yes, I know some of you like this color. I know. Let me just take off my hat and throw it over there. I'm making this so that, hold on, I'm tangled, so that hunters do not confuse me for a deer when we go on hikes, and it will keep my head warm. And I may add a little more length to the front, or I may not. I'm probably going to err on not adding length. It's going to have a little knitted cord border. So all I have to do for this is work on the back to make the back as long as the front, and then do the knitted border all around and around the face as well. And I will have enough yarn, plenty of yarn left over to make Jesse a hat so that he has something warm and high vis to wear when we're out. He already has a bunch of high vis stuff anyway, but this will be a warm one. Excuse me. So, dang, I forgot to look up the pattern. No, it's the Berlin hood, but I forgot to look up the designer. So here it is on the screen right now, or probably up here. I like it. It's nice and comfy and not tight, which I wanted a floppy hood because I tend to get overheated, and so I can flop it down or up, and there's enough room so air can get in, so I don't get terribly overheated, but it's coverage enough so that the color is taking up enough space. So, you know, for I almost said privacy. It's the opposite of privacy. I meant safety. Yeah, so I do like it. I'm hesitating because I don't like the color, and I have to keep remembering that I'm not wearing this as a fashion thing. It's a safety thing, but otherwise I generally like it, and I'm gonna like it once I start wearing it. Once it stops being a project and starts being a garment, it'll be fine. Because I'm using worsted weight yarn and the pattern is in a thicker unspun yarn held double with something else, I forget, that gauge is a lot bigger than the gauge that this is working up in. So I'm following the pattern for its structure and then adding in rows and increases, etc., to suit my needs for this yarn. The problem is, in the back, I was doing the decreases to bring it in for the neck, and there's these two bulgy spots. So if I wanted to wear two like low buns, I could, because the hood will accommodate it. So that's a little weird, but I hope it'll smooth out a little bit in the blocking. It's not going to block out completely. I'm not deluding myself about that, but it'll be okay. So this is the Berlin hood, and that's coming along nicely. I should be able to finish this within the next day or two, hopefully, because I just have the rest of the garter panel on the back and then the border, like I said. Where should I put this? Okay, that one gets on top of the oranges. Last year, I made a pair of socks. I think I made them in like January or February. I'm calling them my candy cane socks for obvious reasons. I haven't worn them yet this year, mostly because I forgot about them until I was trying to find something to wear to the holiday event today. It's a basic toe-up recipe. People call them, you know, their vanilla sock recipe or whatever. I did a little bit of increasing through to the instep and then decreasing at the ankle. I tried something different this time, and I did an afterthought heel. So that means I knit all of the stripes, because it's self-striping yarn. It's let me think, West Yorkshire Spinners, one of their holiday offerings. So I did the stripes all the way up to here, and then to the cuffs, and then I cut into the yarn right at one of the red stripes, and then I added this solid red heel, and I knit around and around and around for quite a lot, almost an inch, actually probably about an inch, and then I did the normal short row heel that I usually do. Oh no, I didn't do a short row heel. Did I do like regular decreases and grafting? I think I may have done that since it was knitting in the round and not, it's been so long, I can't remember. Yeah, I probably did. Yes, these are plain decreases, and then I grafted the heel closed. So it means that it doesn't sit nicely. Also, I never blocked these, but it doesn't sit nicely in the sock drawer like this. So when I put them away, I tuck the heel up inside it so that it can lay flat, and then I just, you know, can fold the socks together like this. So these are my candy cane socks, West Yorkshire Spinners. I don't know if I'm happy with, I mean, I like the way they look, but I haven't worn them yet. So I'll report back next next video whether or not I actually like wearing them, because I have a hunch I may have made them too small. Because I can't remember if this is superwash or not. I don't think it is. It definitely has nylon, but I don't think it's superwash wool. And the superwash wool I had been using gets really baggy, and so I was erring on the side of tighter tension for these. I don't think I used a smaller needle. I think I was just knitting tightly. So we shall see if that's too tight or not. I'd rather have a more snug sock than a baggy sock, because the baggy sock doesn't stay where you tell it. It has a mind of its own. So I'll report back next time after I wear those. And my next project, one of my next projects, which again, I'm probably not going to finish at Christmas time. I'm making colorwork socks, and they are Charlotte Stone's Christmas pudding socks. And if I can manage, maybe I'll have a picture here of the socks. I watched a tutorial to see about adding pictures, and so we'll see if it works. If it works, here. And if it doesn't, then there will be a break, and then a still picture. So this is the yarn I got for it. It is Sweet Georgia, which is a Canadian company, and someone on social media recommended to me, I forget where I asked the question, and I forget who answered. So sorry about that if you're watching. I wanted a non-superwash sock yarn. So that meant it didn't need to be 100% wool, but it did need to be non-superwash wool. And I didn't mind whether or not it had nylon in. This one has silk. It's a Blueface Leicester and silk, 75%, 25% blend. And it's tightly woven, so it's appropriate for socks, which is important. There are plenty of 100% wool, non-superwash, this weight, fingering weight yarn, but you know, I can't make a pair of socks with palette. They'll fall apart instantly. I'm gonna set these down because it's silly that I'm trying to hold on to them. So I want to make, I'm gonna talk to the camera and not the wall. I want to make the socks as close to the sample as possible, and you saw how it had, like, I'll do it again. Let's see if I can do it again. It has the nice purples and pinks and like the mauvey colors. So this is Black Plum, and that is the color of the body, and it's also going to be the color of the puddings themselves. And then the background color for the pudding holly candy cane stripe motif zone is either going to be Sangria, which is this one, or Peony, which is this one. I have a feeling Peony will have a higher contrast, but the sock in the sample uses a color pretty close to this, and it's still contrasty enough. We shall see. I'm going to test it out as I'm knitting it. And then I got the natural and the basil and cherry for the candy cane stripe and holly and cream on the pudding sections. I went back and forth between what kind of green I wanted, and I decided, since I was going with more of the pinks and mauves, I would go with a less foresty looking green, and I'm hoping that was a good choice. We shall see. So, Christmas pudding socks. I've been wanting to make these for a couple of years, but then just never got around to it, and then I decided I wanted the non-superwash, and so that sent me down a whole other research rabbit hole, and so I finally can make them this year, and probably into next year as well, because I take a little while when I'm making colorwork socks. But before I make the socks, or probably in tandem, simultaneously with the socks, I'm going to be making a wreath. It just occurred to me again that it's St. Lucy's Day, and I can make little knitted candles, because I have a pattern for those, and I can make my own Santa Lucia, St. Lucy wreath hat thing. The possibilities. Back to the pattern though. I'm going to, I forgot to look up the pattern designer again. It's a Christmas, I'm blending a few of her wreath patterns. These are all free patterns. And I really like, it's so generous, right? I think this person did them for an Advent series multiple years in a row. So there was a new pattern every day for the month of December, or, the Advent period of December. And so The base pattern is for, I think she uses a foam base, so I wanted mine to be as plastic free as possible, so I'm not doing a foam base, but I'm gonna wrap the this wreath base in some what's it called? Quilt batting, strips, scraps, and then on top of that, I'm going to knit the panel that you sew on the outside, and that'll be the base of the wreath. So I'll do that first, and then I can hang it up, and then as I make the little motifs, let's see if I can put, I'll start putting a series of them right here. If I can do the picture on the video thing, I will have been or am now doing little small pictures of the examples of some of the things I'm going to put on here. Some of them are food related, and some of them are plant life. So there's holly and mistletoe and acorns and oak leaves. I might not do the oak leaves because those are, those are from her autumnal wreath. And then I'm also going to be adding in some Mochi Mochi Land patterns. So there will be the Yule log cake, the Bûche de Noël cake, with the little mushrooms on it. It's so cute. And some of the gnomes dressed as Santas. They'll be in Santa colors. Some snowmen, because they can have brightly colored scarves on there. But there's the food related ones. There's going to be some cookies or Christmas biscuits, some oranges, which reminds me, I have one in my pocket. So, a real one, so I can have this for a snack after I'm done filming. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of little things. So I'm going to knit them throughout the winter period and then sew them, or I might get some of those removable stitch markers and put those in on the back, so I can almost like pin them too, so that every year, or every season rather, I can change out the motifs, because this designer has some for springtime as well, so I could just use the wreath base and then add on different kinds of greenery and accoutrement ornaments for them. So I'm really looking forward to making this. I've had this pattern in my Ravelry queue for a really long time. I don't know how long. Yeah, I was gonna say a decade, but I don't know if she's been doing them for a decade or not, but it's been a very long time. I put them in there ages ago. I had the fall one because it had little mushrooms, like little Amanita toadstool type mushrooms, along with some hedgehogs and the oak leaves and acorns. So I had that one bookmarked. Didn't even know she had a Christmas one until recently when I started looking through and organizing my Ravelry queue. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And until I get the wreath done, I can play with it. All right, is that right? The yarn I'm using for the little ornaments is Knit Picks palette, and so I have them all here, and surprisingly, I did not order purple. I ordered this kind of like fuchsia color, but I didn't order like a proper purple, and I don't know why. Past me must have had a reason, but past me did not communicate with current me, so I don't know why. But I've got some, whoa! Aw! That was set up so nicely! And then, then it wasn't. You know, I probably could have just paused this and then shown you like a still video. Not a still video. You know what I'm saying. Like, a video on its own. But maybe this is, it feels like I'm trying to hold a bunch of kittens. Okay, here are my neutrals. 3 different shades of white, or white and then 2 off-whites, a brown and a black. Because these ones, I needed the darker cream and the white to make the Christmas cookies because they're like the snowflake biscuit ones. And then I got an assortment of rainbowy colors just to have, here, let me do them in batches. This is, let's see, are the colors on there? The names? Pimento, sweet potato, and canary. Sorry, I'm having to use my bifocals. Canary. And then, okay, this green is grass, forest heather, and jay, like a blue jay. Those. And then this is, did I already say this one? I don't remember. This is Fairy Tale. I like that one too. Okay, I think that's all of my palette. And so that is going to be, along with the few that I had I meant to get an orange instead of sweet potato. I already had sweet potato. So the little oranges I'm going to make are going to have to be sweet potato colored. Unless I make them in worsted weight and have them be from the leftovers of this like obnoxious orange. I don't know. I might actually just order another orange from Nitpicks the next time I have to do a Nitpicks order so that I can add them in. We will see. I think I'm done now. Oh, this is the yarn I'm going to use for the base of the wreath. This is Cascade 220. And it was either forest green or something like that. 9447 is the number, but I don't know what its like non-numerical colorway is. I like that, and I feel like this is going to be a nice background for all of the lighter color greens, especially when I do the spring version and have the lighter color greens on top of this nice forest green. I think that's going to be really nice. That's everything from me. I've got to get going to the holiday event. I need to have some lunch. So I am going to be filming on Friday coming because it's my birthday and I like to do a vlog. So I'm going to be cooking by the fire. So that'll be a nice vlog style one. Cooking by the fire and maybe knitting and just chilling out. As long as it's nice weather. If it's not, then I will be inside cooking. So yeah, come and join me next Friday for my birthday vlog. Thank you for coming along today while I rambled about my upcoming projects. Let's see how much of it I get done in a few days. See you on Friday. Bye for now.